Hello everyone, Atram and Jon here, and we are doing our deck tech for the Abzan Midrange deck we are playing. Also, while we do this, I'm going to figure out that land discrepancy. But anyways, so our Abzan Midrange deck that we are playing, and that I will be playing at the TCG Player 50K in Indianapolis, is as follows. In our one-drop slot, we have two Thoughtseize. I feel two Thoughtseizes is right main board, right?
Could be more. I know a lot of people like more.
Yeah, I mean, I see the benefit of more, but I also find that there are some matches where Thoughtseize is just clunky, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, you don't always want Thoughtseize, but a lot of times you do want Thoughtseize, so it's a hit or miss thing on that.
well, there was a reason it was $70 in Modern before the reprinting.
Right, but Modern makes things go insane anyways, so... Anyways, continuing along. Let's look at our removal suite for starters. So the removal suite in this deck is a pair of Bioblights, 3 Heroes Downfalls, 4 Abzan Charms, 1 Utter End. So we have...
Utter End is like the black sheep of the family. Where it's like you really have to invite him to all the dinners and stuff, but you really never want to play with him.
Utter End is like... He's Heroes Downfall number 4 in this case, but he's also just there in case your opponent has some sort of stupid shit going on.
Yeah, like Jeskai Ascendancy. Although at that point you're probably dead. But
right. I have taken out a Jeskai Ascendancy with Utter End before, though.
So you're not playing Lions, you're playing Death Dealers. You want to explain that one?
Okay. So here's the explanation for that, because it's something that's definitely come up when I've talked to other people about it. Lion is good as a turn 2 play. My preferred turn 2 play is a Carrion. Lion is good late game because he becomes a 4/4 indestructible. But Death Dealer is even better late game because he becomes an XX regenerator based on how much mana you have. And that cat punches hard.
Yeah, kitty punch.
Yes, the kitty punch, as I've taken to calling it. I've domed someone for 12 with that thing before and still had regen mana up late game. It was just like, oh, our boards are clear. Draw Death Dealer, play Death Dealer, have regen mana up, go. Next turn, kill your guy, swing, 12 you.
Yeah.
It can get very nuts. I really like the Death Dealer. Every time I've played him, I've been satisfied with him.
Okay.
As per usual, we have our 4 Caryatids, 4 Coursers. That's kind of standard. 4 Rhinos, because seriously, Rhino is insane. Holy hell, that thing's insane.
Yeah. It's a good thing that Restoration Angel is not in the format anymore, because can you imagine Angel in this deck? It'd be so good.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. Now, one thing I do in my deck here, which most decks are only running 2 Sorens, I'm running a 3rd Soren. Because Soren wins you so many matches, it's just nuts.
Yeah, but doesn't Elspeth do the same thing? So you cut an Elspeth for a Soren, basically.
Yes, I cut an Elspeth for a Soren. It tightened up my curve significantly by not having 3 6-drops like Ari did. But he also had Mystics to help support it, so it makes sense.
Yeah, he had 4 Thoughtseizes also.
Yes. The second Elspeth is in the board, by the way. So there is another Elspeth for the control matches. But in the mid-range match, and the mirror and against Jeskai Tempo, you really don't want Elspeth against Jeskai Tempo. She's just slow and clunky versus them.
Yeah.
In the mid-range, she's good, which is why you bring in the extra Elspeth in the mid-range, because she helps break the mid-range. But overall, this deck's been putting up pretty good results for me so far. I mean, I've won one of my 4 8-mans. I've gotten 2nd place in another. I've gotten prize in another, and then there was another where prior to doing sideboard tweaks, a person ambushed me with mono red and just cremated me so quickly it wasn't even funny. That's why we sideboard tweaked.
Yeah, I think your mana base is off just by the lanes.
Yes, that's why I was investigating. 1 second, let me figure out what's going on here. One cave clay. 4 forests.
Is this supposed to be a swamp?
4 land wild. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably shouldn't do this while we're in the middle of an 8-man. Well, it already has the previous one, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's supposed to be a swamp. Thank you. I was like looking at this, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
And there you go.
These things happen.
So let me find a swamp here.
Big cool swamps.
I have Zendikar lands, so that's what I'm
You have
using.
a guru.
No, I don't have Guru lands. For frick's sake, John.
Alright. Zendikar is fine.
I wish I had the unhinged lands like I have in my actual deck, but whatever. Alright, now let's look at the sideboard. So, our sideboard has some interesting little things in there. 2 erase help deal with pretty much every problem. Jeskai Ascendancy, Keranos. I beat a Keranos earlier today.
Yeah. Coursers it can get rid of.
Can get rid of coursers, although I don't usually bring it in the mid-range match.
Oh yeah, you don't, but if you play against some weird green, red, blue deck running Keranos and Coursers.
Yeah, then it just like a Timur Monsters could also have the Ascendancy, so I might bring it in that. Thoughtseize comes in the Jeskai match and the control matches. Because it can pluck a burn spell that's worth more than 2 from their hand, or it can pluck one of their vital threats. So it's good in that. Bioblight comes in the Jeskai match. That's about it so far in the Bioblight. I'm debating making one of those into another card, but I don't really know what to do with it yet. Drown Sorrow is for mono red because seriously, I'm not dying to that shit again. That was so lame. It wasn't even, maybe I'm thinking maybe this needs to be a 3rd Drown Sorrow actually.
Perhaps.
It's something to consider. The one Abzan.
You got the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The one Abzan Ascendancy here is for the mirror match, because in a mirror where creatures are dying left and right, if your creatures leave behind spirits.
Yeah, flying is good.
Yeah. Whip of Erebos comes in against Jeskai, any sort of burn, and the mirror, because the life gain is just nuts.
Ascendancy could be good against control too.
Yes, I sometimes put in Ascendancy against, depending on the control.
They play Perilous Vault, that's a problem, I guess.
Yes, the black-blue version plays Perilous Vault. Esper would play End Hostilities, and I'd bring it in against them. Yeah. But against the black-blue version, I would not bring in the Ascendancy, actually. We have one Liliana, which is really good in the control matches. She shines in those. You wait for him to do something, then you just go, Liliana, punish you.
Yeah.
And I beat a blue-black control player earlier because I plus Liliana about 10 times. He just couldn't keep anything in his hand.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate for him. He's like, dig through time at the end of my turn. Or no, it was during his turn because he needed to find another land. So he's like, dig through time with all 4 of my lands. Okay, Liliana plus, go.
Yeah.
Elspeth also comes in that match. As does Apex Predator.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure these Abzan decks should be running one of these guys. Because look at all the abilities.
I mean, you bring this entire pile of 7-drops comes in the mid-range mirror.
Yeah. You know what other Planeswalker had 4 abilities?
Jace the Mind Sculptor better
than all? Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Better than all?
This is basically double Jace.
Yeah, he's nuts. I've been happy every time I've dropped him, and usually I don't have any problems getting up to 7 mana in this deck. So with 25 lands, coursers, and Caryatids, hitting 7 is not a problem. So
all right,
that's our deck tech, and there will be the accompanying videos that'll come with it. So if you have any suggestions for how to improve the deck, I'm always looking for them. I'm willing to try new tweaks and everything. So feel free to You can either post it in the comments or you can email me at atram1@hotmail.com. And I'm looking forward to suggestions. So we'll see how this deck continues to perform in our 8-man.